Good morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything because I don't always get a lot of time to talk to the people in chat. Today is April 18th, 2024, and we're all just waiting for news on rate changes for the RV. We're watching this World War III scenario play out that will eventually lead to the removal of some people in power. So the only gentel that I got today, was watch Russia. And when I got that, I didn't get enough information really to lay that out for you, but what I heard was Russia, military, and attack. So I don't know if they're attacked or they attack. I heard flyover, and then I saw something about submarines. So keep an eye out. Didn't get a timeline on that. So as we go through the rest of the week and into the weekend, probably weekend news, but we'll see. I felt like I should put it out urgently before it happens so that, people don't think I'm just spitting out something I saw on Telegram. So we'll see what's going on with that. But I would like you. It looks like everybody started talking early. We got a lot of highs. So today, what we're looking for with an Ask Me Anything, it can be topics too. That is one thing that I don't really have trouble getting answers on things. It's knowing what to ask. So if you guys were to join me over on Telegram, because that's where I'm at. That's what I look at most of the time. A while back, I pulled back from Facebook. I'm still there. I still have a pretty large free psychic reading, Speaking of Light group there. I post the links to the shows there. Marcy and Susan are still over there, but we really moved on over to Telegram, but doing our work there and on shows. So, but we're still there. You guys want to join that group? We'll let you in. I really haven't been doing free readings there, but if any of the ladies, Marcy or Susan, has any time, I'm keeping that group open for my kids when they're ready to do their training, because they're probably be way more psychic than me. Pretty sure. Absolutely sure, actually. But they're just like early 20s and they don't want to have anything to do with it right now. They're like, no, that's boring. Okay. Here we go. Let's start with the questions. Good morning. Do you think al-Sudani will need to be back home in Iraq before he announces the RV? It's a good question. Let's ask. For security purposes, yeah. But he says you're not really aware of who's back in Iraq. Interesting. Love that. I'm still trembling this morning. Why are you trembling? Hoping we're all holding on tight to positivity and our faith in humanity to deny evil and embrace light. Yeah. I do too. That's the goal. Right? It is our goal to be Christ-like as much as we possibly can. Turn the other cheek, have faith, create it. Looking for questions. Oh, let's ask that question. Only hear about debt cancellation regarding banks. Does it include IRS or tax debts? All debts involving the dollar. I believe that's why they call it a debt jubilee. That would definitely be a jubilee. And if there's one way that you could possibly help the whole country at once, no matter what investments you have, or the whole world at once, it would be that. Because even those people who have everything paid off and don't have debt, um, it it's a it's like a ripple effect. So let's say, because the people who now have money will be feeding the economy. They'll be buying things, they'll go out and say, now we can afford this. Oh, maybe I'll buy, maybe I'll go get those shoes I wanted to get, but, I put them back because they were, $139. And the person working there in that store or that restaurant or that online company or the remodels on homes, every single person that works for those companies is going to benefit because they're going to have more hours. They're going to be able to get those raises. It's just going to feed it all. It will feed it all. I think that's what Donald Trump is talking about when he says he'll fix everything at once. Real quick. Holy crap, I didn't know Susan Gretz was having surgery on May 14th. Everyone pray for Susan Gretz. And in Jesus' name, we pray for Susan Gretz, that she will get through her surgery successfully and recover quickly. Amen. I wish, Susan, that you would tell me things. I don't know. We've only known each other for like 115 years, but you don't tell me when stuff like this is happening. And you should. Compliment. Thank you. Thank you. I just threw it all on really fast. So, I'm always rushing around. But with the, birthday approaching, it's nice to get compliments. All right. Here we go. Can you ask angels or Jesus, do we get the RV before I need to sell my car? I'm struggling really bad. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the answer. A lot of people are struggling really bad. Katrina. I don't think you're going to have to do that. But don't wait too long to do that if this thing gets pushed, okay? I want to stay the most positive as possible, and I'm expecting it any day. Every day I wake up and look and expect it. And it's never looked better than now. But they've got this retaliation going on. They've got these threats going on. They've got this war scenario going on. And the war scenario is important so we can pull out the person who sits in the White House or the fake White House or whatever you want to call it. So that is necessary. Really, so that they can, for the world, really, it gets to a place where it's like, when the changes come, they're like, okay, yeah, we're all on board. I don't care what political party you are. We're all on board with this. We do not want to have a world war. Okay. Jittery. That's interesting. A lot of people are saying they're jittery today. I kind of woke up with a lot of energy too, but not like bad energy. Huh. Gabriel just said it's because what's happening behind the scenes. Like good happening behind the scenes? Good happenings. And he was just talking about, Now, again, I don't hear voices outside of myself. I'd probably be in the psychiatrist's office like, okay, I've lost it. I finally lost it. But it's thoughts. It's quick memory like visions in your head. It's my own thoughts saying these things. Okay, so what I got was, it's kind of like he says when kids know that in a couple days it's going to be the summer vacation. So that's good. Enjoy your jittery. Okay. See me being able to help my indigent mother more and repair her depleted. Oh, okay. Buy her car. Melanie. Get a picture there. Let me find you, Melanie. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yes, absolutely. He will. Can't give you a time period on that, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What happened last night? Okay. Planes up last night, including Russian Doomsday and Air Force One. And then I heard flybys, watch Russia attack, or military, and then attack. Yeah. I think it's heating up. I think people are, the military's on full alert. And so they're going to be patrolling. I don't want to estimate what's going to happen. Let's just keep an eye on it, especially Russia right now. No. I haven't thought about selling homemade cookies. You really want to make that many cookies? I don't want to like ship anything, Seems like a hassle. I think I'd rather do this. I don't like complicated. I really don't. I don't know if it's laziness. I might have a lazy streak in there, and then I run myself into the ground to overcompensate for that. But I don't like complicated at all. That's I'm always fascinated with people that are so good with astrology and numerology and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, that seems complicated. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. It's not going to happen. I'm sure that question was probably for someone else. Now that I think about it. Um, you guys, these questions about am I going to get the RV to save me before everything goes to crap? Don't rely on me for that. It's a day by day, move by move situation. Okay? It's business as usual until it's not. And I've said that all along the way. You got to do something. You got to go cash in a few silver coins. If you got to, sell something, get rid of some of the stuff that you've accumulated, like we've got all kinds of our off-road vehicles and stuff like that we haven't ridden in a long time. And I'm like, and we're thinking about getting rid of a couple. I really don't want to get rid of that side by side though. Which is the most valuable one, but that thing's fine. You're going to have to make your own financial decisions on that, guys. I'm doing the best I can to tell you when the RV will come, and it is highly frustrating when it does not come. We need to look at this RV thing as frosting on the cake, okay? It's going to be a bonus. But we still need to function within our normal lives. Do what you got to do. Be responsible. You need to do something a little extra, do it. There's a good question. That is a good question. This is what you should ask. Will my son be happier if I move out of state? That's a good way to ask it. Not should I move out of state, because the angels aren't going to tell you what to do. Divine will never tell you what to do. Why? Because it's interfering with your free will, really. And that is God's will, because you're a piece of God. Have an experience right now. We're all connected. We're all one big family. Okay. Will my son be happier if I move out of state for Diana's spy? Yes, stay. You might want to think about staying for a while, but then move like before the fall. And that would be a good idea for his happiness. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked on that. Oh, my birthday is next Friday. Well, happy birthday. My birthday's coming up, 5/5. Cinco de Mayo. There's always something going on my birthday for that. Carissa. Hello, Carissa. So, how long do you see me in my current contract? 8 weeks. I think it's 8 weeks, not 8 months. I think it's 8 weeks. Well, that's how long it'll take to complete that contract. Have you guys ever noticed that some old, so how will we know when not to med our pets? It's time for them to go or stay. That's a question that I asked before about humans. And what I was told was eventually the soul gets tired and decides to go home either way. And so what you'll see along the way is all these people that keep getting in these med beds, and they may be in good health. Those die in their sleep. Boom, gone. Same with an animal. The animal will stay with you as long as they can because they love you. You've seen old animals that are terribly sick and they just keep hanging in there. Just keep hanging in there. So, I mean, it is up to us sometimes to let them go if they're suffering and put them down, and that sucks. And I hate that I've done that. I don't ever want to have to do that again. I would much rather just find my old lab didn't wake up, you know? Let's put it in God's hands. Okay? But I wouldn't keep. So I don't know. I don't know. So I guess when the soul is tired and the soul wants to go, they will go home. But at some point in time, you have to ask yourself, am I sticking this dog in the med bed because of me? Because I can't let go? So that's very personal question. It takes me so long to put these up here because I can't see very well. Otherwise, I'd be like, because of the bottom of these. Close up. And this is like, I've had glass since I was like 6, and now I'm in like the trifocal thing, you know? It's ridiculous. All right. Good question. All right, so there's some talk about, oh my God, I felt like that was fear. That was fear talking. Someone assumed that because they've got a deadline in country to get all the old Zim currency in out of circulation. It doesn't have anything to do with the bonds. I don't think it has anything to do with the bonds. Because what they revalued was the currency. So it has something to do with that. Something at a promissory note, like when you issue a bond like that, that's a promissory note. You can't go back on that. So I think either way, you can redeem them. And I think the revalue of their currency or the change of their currency was probably, I know it says Zim bond, but it's basically a Zimbabwe bond. Okay. Um, I'm not knowledgeable on the whole thing. I'm just listening. So I think that either way, you can get paid out on that, and it's totally a different situation. That was, I think, it was important for their currency to revalue so that you get that value on the bond somehow. Do you see a new car for me in the future, Christine? Well, it looks like you really don't know what you want, but it really looks like something like September. You may put it on order. Order it. What do we got here? Oh, that's a good question. That's interesting. Are the Holy Lands outlined in the Bible really here in the USA? No, the Bible references the lands over there because at that time that was their world. They didn't have any concept of the USA. No. There were ancient civilizations here in the USA, he says. My light bulb decided to start flashing. That's nice. Let me just blast the room. Okay, hang on just a second. All right. Okay. There was, and we would find if we were to look really hard, dig down, uncover. There's all kinds of stuff in the USA that can be found of other civilizations. But no, I do believe that the areas talked about in the Bible were over there in that part of the world. Marigold. Do they get a new truck or car? I think you might start looking at something in a few weeks. Kind of hold back from it, I think, and then make another decision in about a month or so after that. So I think the process of looking and thinking about it will start soon. Um, and it looks like you buy something from another person and not a dealer. Um, Bad anxiety will send somebody else to. I don't think you can. Like, I think you could have someone go with you. You know, I don't know if you can take like a emotional support animal or something like that. That'd be cool. My daughter's always wanted an emotional support chicken. I told her no. Um, Pretty sure you'd be happy on that day. Pretty sure. You'll be okay. You will be okay. Yes, guys, it's always nice if we could include everybody who's struggling financially with health, financially or with their health and everything, in our prayers at night. That God carry them through this time and help them through it. Thomas Klein, do you see my son moving out into his own house soon? I see a lot of back and forth on that as I'm moving forward here in time. I think he might still be home for the summer, and then we start to see some movement on that. All right. I want to talk about this. My anxiety's been high since the eclipse, although my sister's giving me a hard time about something. You know what? Whether you realize it or not, you're going to be affected by the collective energy around you. And whatever you expose yourself to online, there's like a worldwide collective energy. So there's, you think about a everlasting gobstopper, okay, and you're the core. Think about the layers of energy. You've got your personal energy and your personal reality. You've got everybody else that surrounds you. Everything touches and intermingles, and if we that collective energy of like the world is at the outer layer, they all touch, and so everything's going to be affected. And that's why they say, oh, the energies are crazy right now. Yeah, because and you'll see, like, why am I so anxious? Why am I on edge, or why am I at peace, or why am I so happy today? Why did I sleep so good? Well, a lot of times, we're energetic beings. um it's gonna be subtle and around the edges, and sometimes it affects your mood. Those are times when you really gotta, do the exercises I gave you, cleanse, bring in more God's light of creation into you, God's loving light, bring it in, shine brighter. um Add that to the energy field around you. You gotta fight it. You gotta be a fighter when it comes to that kind of thing. You can't lay down and let everything around you tell you how to be. You got to choose. No. Yeah, that's bad and that's bad, but this is good and that's good. Choose what your perception of your current situation is. There's a lot of wisdom in that. Okay? You take a look at a situation and you could, oh my God. And some people are like, oh my God, everything's the end of the world. Oh my God, what are we going to do? I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to have anxiety and I'm going to be depressed and I'm going to, like, you know, do all these things because I have no control over my own feelings and my own life. Yeah, I'm not talking about people who have serious, chemical imbalances and things like that. I'm talking about the average person. Um, I've had to do this, I don't know, like every day of my life. Been practicing this for a long time. Am I an expert? Absolutely not. Do I fail? Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, I do. But what happens is you learn to pull out of things quicker. You feel it, you get down, you lay down and cry, and oh my God, nobody loves me, and everybody's a jerk, and everything's not going my way, and whatever we're gonna do. You know, Go ahead and have those feelings. Go ahead and have that. You're like dumping all this negative energy out of you. You're releasing it. Go ahead and release it. It's better to do it on your own, like cry into a pillow, but or it'd be affecting other people around you. And then everybody's releasing in the house, and everything seems like shit, right? Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. Apologize, after. Jesus. Anyway, you got to fight for it. You got to fight for your happiness. You have to change your perception. You have to look for the happy, look for the comfort, look for the goodness, look for the hope. And it's the only thing I can tell you. And that's how you get through. Okay. And just the very question, now, I know some people have really hard problems with anxiety and things like that, and the light's flashing. I have no idea why. And a question like we just need to pick these things apart, the way we perceive things, the way we feel things. We need to say, okay, like if somebody asked me a question, am I gonna be able to handle going to my RV appointment? Am I what's gonna happen? As if your emotions are not your own choice. They can be. They can be. I used to be like, well, I'm still like a massive empath, but I used to, as a young adult, I used to be, very passive. but very emotional, very deeply hurt by everybody because I would see because they'd say one thing and I'm like, okay, I totally just felt the real meaning of that. Um, and that's what I would suffer with. And then over time, I learned to shield myself. I learned to, and probably not till about midlife, choose how I want to react to that and for how long. And that is your choice. You do have power over your own emotions. You do have power over your own choices. And so right now, I'd say if we have any kind of anxiety about being, or it's just going to be too scary, it's going to be too, like, even it'll be too happy. I won't know how to function. I'm going to make an ass out of myself in that place. I'm going to faint or something when it actually happens. Just start thinking about that day. Just start planning that day. And on this day, I'm going to be cool, calm, and collected. And plan it out, just like we plan out our day, our vacation, our year. You do have choice. Oh, odd question. I haven't read it yet, but I like odd questions. Used to remember my dreams almost every morning, and many were prophetic. Nothing for months. There's a lot of reasons for that. Some of them are if you take anything to sleep, if you're overloaded emotionally, like exhausted. So what we do emotionally and kind of with our dreams is very interesting. So like, and if you're grieving, if you're going through some kind of grief, and it doesn't mean that someone passed away, um, but a lot of times what we'll do is when we dream and we're just not dreaming lately is that first of all it could be your sleep cycles you're not remembering. Most people have some kind, the brain does not quiet down, something's always going on in the brain, but I think the soul and the brain together decide, okay, our waking hours are so stressful, they're so, we're just about at crash mode here. We're going to make the most of this sleep right now and just crash and just be out. Sometimes the soul travels, and sometimes we don't remember that, depending on how deep that is. It's one of the reasons why I don't sleep on my back is because I'll have like such a deep dream that I can't wake up from. And in the dream, it's going over and over again. I've woken up. I remember this one time, and I don't know if I told the story before, but on the air, but I had this dream. I think I was like 20 years old or 19 or something. I was living with my dad for a year. Long story about that. Anyway, but he and my stepmom, absolutely wonderful people. So nice. So I got home from work, very physical job, a display position for J.C. Penney's, just carrying things and putting things up on the walls and mannequins and all this stuff. So I get home and I just crash in my bedroom and I'm just sleeping hard. And I woke up and went out there. They called me in for dinner. I woke up and went out into the living room and sat down at the table in the dining room. And I was talking to them. And every time I realized I was not awake. And the last time it happened like 8 times or something like that. I mean, just over and over and over again. And then the last time, each time I wandered in there, like, am I really awake this time? And I sat down at the table and then I look over and there's a little bird walks across something weird like that would happen every time. A little bird just walked across the floor in the living room. And I'm like, I'm not awake again. So I get up and go back and lay down. And then when I finally woke up, it was like reanimation of a dead body. Like I was like so slow getting up and I walk in there. My parents were like, hi honey, time for dinner. And just like, I don't know what just happened. I'm so, are you guys, I'm slapping myself and I'm eating and I'm like, what weird is going to happen now? So dreams and the way we sleep and what happens to us, that was, I don't really know if that one was astral travel or what. That was so weird. But I have astrally traveled once in a nap, and I don't like that at all. I thought I was dead. I thought I was dead, and I was just like panicking, trying to get back into my body. Oh my god, I never want to do that again. We could talk forever about dreams. But you'll dream again. You're probably just going through a time in your life where you just need that extra, your mind needs to shut down a little bit more. And if you're taking any kind of medications or anything to sleep, that can interfere with it too. When is your birthday? May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I don't want to talk about how old I'm going to be. It's not that bad. But it's something I don't want to talk about now. So I've gotten to that place. Okay. Will Israel retaliate against Iran before during Passover? It's kind of an ongoing situation, so but I think most of the public will be safe. I think it's done in other areas and other ways. It might be attacking military bases or something like that. I don't know. All right, medical question. Digestive. Okay. Kurt. They're gonna find out what's going on. The stomach. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to get initial information that's going to be useful from these tests, but what you're going to have to do is just listen to it and then push for other tests. They really need to probe further on this to find out what's really going on. But I do think it will be productive, yes. Oh, it's Elf, the cookie comment. Okay, I get it now. Duh. I should have known that. All right. I'm just looking for. Huh. Oh, Katie's Forerunner, yeah. For a 21-year-old Forerunner is pretty nice, but we got a good deal on a 2021, and it had 39,000 miles on it or something. And then, but I figured, you know what, Faith really wanted this little zippy car. We got her into that. She got a Chevy Trax, but hers is brand new, so that'll last her. But I was thinking about Katie and Faith, and that they're, usually have, I don't know, in this family we have a car like 8 to 10 years. They're going to go into their baby making years. So we're really, I was really thinking, and then she was coming out of that big lifted Jeep with giant tires and everything else. So it's kind of, she didn't want something that low to the ground or that small, you know. So we figured we'll just pick that up. She can have a nice hefty car payment. That'll teach her responsibility. Caught you on Mark C's show last. Oh, I wasn't on the show. I was in the chat. I just popped in at the very end because I realized it was on the Whiskey and Wisdom to see Mike on there. Yeah, I'd love to do Mark's show. That would be fun. Probably get like reamed by everybody in there. It doesn't like believe in what I do, but if I do Mark's show, you guys better all be there and back me up and be, I know you would. But I would love to do Mark's show. That would be fun. Okay. Man, I gotta look at my schedule real quick, see how much time we have today. Oh, we're good. We're good. There's something going on with the sun. There's odd videos showing the moon going behind the sun after the eclipse. That's fake. No, there's nothing going on. We would have catastrophic events if there was something going on with the sun and the moon. Um, all right, I'm looking. Yes, I am a Taurus. I'd like to assume that that was all the good parts of a Taurus. Tend to be a little bit stubborn. Okay. But very loving. Very loving. Joanne. Daughter's supposed to have lunch with the father on Saturday. Do you see her going, or will her husband go as well? Should I try to talk to her today? After. Talk to her after. Why would she do that? Anyway, I do think she goes. Just talk to her after that. Try to reach out after. For some reason, before this feels like not a good idea. Okay, what's going on with Stray Cat I took in? He licks and acts like he itches all the time in his stomach. Binky. That is adorable. That is an adorable name. That's what we used to call the pacifier for the kids, Binky. Let me find Binky. Jesus. Try to get the most. Is it baking soda? So something in the litter. He has a problem with the skin, and I don't know if it's like perfumes, but it's like a powder. So I'm thinking it might be baking soda. Very dry skin, itchy, dry, flaky. I don't know. You might want to add some kind of oils into his diet or something like that. I don't think it's actually like any kind of parasites or anything, but it looks more like somebody, like an animal's got very dry skin and something's drying it out. Guillermo. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, hon, for your dad. Let's see how he's doing. Well, there's a lot of Guillermos over there. Maria BJ. Archangel Michael says, who I always talk to when we're talking about spirit. He's not far away. He's been visiting often. He's been listening. He's in transition, so it's much easier to hear, see, perceive him. Did he cross over? He did cross. There are relatives there. But he told him, I need to spend some time making sure everything is in order. Especially with the girls or the females in the family. So he's fine. He's been around. He's helping people make decisions about everything. So no worries there. Let's ask this. Where would our actual notifications come from? Either email or someone post 800 numbers. Let's try this again. It's everywhere. It starts in the email. I do believe there will be a situation where some people who are connected to groups or something like that get the emails, and then they share because there's no reason not to. Um, some people might not get emails. They may not see the emails, but there's no way you're going to miss this thing. We're going to share it. Absolutely. Mike's good friends with Mark, Z. There's no way we're going to miss this. Okay. When those come out, we will make sure, because we're not under any kind of NDA not to share this. Okay. And they're just routing phone numbers. What's that? Will we be bringing up the huge crystals that are buried? What huge crystals are buried? I mean, we've got like, when you say that to me, I see like the entire landscape of an area down into the ground, and there's just veins of crystals. So I don't really know what you're talking, like, especially quartz. The huge crystals that are buried. I think that might be a wives' tale. I mean, I think that's somebody adapted that from a book. They got that idea from a book, and I believe that book is fiction. So I can't really answer that. No. About digging them up? No. Just looking for something I can answer here. Joanne. Really? That's interesting, Joanne. I was on a walk this morning and 4 different men told me to have a great day today. I've never seen them before, and normally I do not see men. Wonderful, positive vibes. There are angels that walk among us and that look like everyday people. Or everyday people are inspired by angels to pass on messages to you. And it happens all the time. All the time. And right now, Joanne, a lot of comfort. And you will hear it through people along your way and throughout your day. Somebody that opens the door for you, somebody online. So listen. If something seems out of place and somebody just walks up. I remember one time we were at the casino. And I'm losing bad, just, oh God, this sucks. This isn't any fun. Well, you're not bad, I'm always responsible about things. But it was just no fun. I was starting to get depressed. And, when I was having a hard time at that point in my life, and I was like, you know what? I really try. I mean, I deserve to have a good day. Why the hell am I losing so bad? And this dark-skinned gentleman sits down next to me. And he goes, okay, hon, now we're going to win. And I shit you not, it just started winning like big. And then I got a bonus. And I told him, I said, thanks for sitting next to me. I've been winning since you sat down. He wasn't winning. He's playing like 40 cents. And like, I just got this feeling when he sat down. Like, it hit me like, like this wave of like goodness, and I was like, and as soon as I got up to leave, I said, oh, he goes, no, he's just very complimentary. He wasn't hitting on me or anything. And when I got up to leave, he got up, cashed out, got up to leave. And then I turned around and I just couldn't see him anymore. I'm not saying he wasn't like a real person. He was actually like angel incarnate, but I think he was sent somehow to sit down next to me. Totally brightened my day. It totally got me back in a good mood. And sometimes it's just that simple. And it's not, the guidance doesn't have to be so meaningful. It could just be about lifting you up on that day. Or seeing that, all right, your angels are looking, they're like, all right, she's getting pretty low. That energy field's getting pretty low. This is going to be bad for us because she's going to be vulnerable. We need somebody to get this up, okay? We need to get that vibration back up. And something will happen. Somebody will say something. A song come on the radio. Something you'll see something funny on Facebook. Somebody will say something to you, and they love to use children for this because they're very receptive. They can, and I would always listen. I never probed my children and asked them anything. I just waited because I'm like that. I want it to be pure and clean. So when something like that happens, I want to know that's real. I did not ask that child for anything. I want that message to be clean and pure. Sure enough, just when I need it, something comes through, and it'll happen to you too. And you can ask for that. God, I'm having a really hard time. I don't, kind of getting to the precipice of things here, and I really need some hope, Is there anything you can send me? Send me signs, send me angels, Father. And he will. Okay. Excuse me. We've got the green dust back up here in North Idaho. I'll take this off. It's right in my face. So my nose is running. Sorry about that. Do you think after the EAS disclosure, my daughter will start talking to me again and our relationship will get better? Tara. Slowly. Pretty strong-willed. I get that bite, that bitterness of being wrong. She's going to have to get over that. It might take a little while. Even when people know, the truth is presented to them and they see that there was an error in their thinking, maybe in their behavior, not everybody's going to come running back. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. You were right. Let's be loving and be family again. The ego and the anger and the disappointment that their beliefs weren't true, it's going to take people a little while to get over that. They will, over time, most of them. All right. Just looking for something I can answer here that's not going to Oh, another dream thing. I love talking about dreams. Speaking of dreams, back in March 3rd, I had a dream. Everyone was like RB this week, and I replied, not until Friday the 19th. It's a good one. That's a good one. Let's just all pray together that Gina's dream is true. Okay? Friday the 19th. Awesome. I'll take it. Let's do it. But that's a good one when you get a number, or if you actually read something in a dream, because that's I remember the only time I ever really read something in a dream, I was standing at this conference. This was years ago when I started talking to the angels. Standing at this conference in front of this table, there were all these books piled up on this table. And I look up and there's a big blue and white. What do you know likes blue? That would be mine. Blue and white banner that says the seventh element. And I know you all just got chills. Anyway, and I looked down and then I woke up. Then I went to Uriel. Uriel in meditation, I went to him. He is wisdom. You want to know something that like about universal concepts, things like that, time, big things. You talk to Archangel Uriel. So I went to him and I said, "What was that? Was that random? What was that? I've never read anything in a dream before." He said, "That was from me." He's like, "That's foreshadowing. I'm planting a seed so that you will remember." He says, "But this is far into the future." I'm like, "Okay." And so that is why I teach God-centered conscious creation, because that is part of it. And I am not smart enough to write that book yet, but I will be. I have not learned enough yet, but I will. And if you try to steal the name and put something out as your own, it's going to fail, because that's my destiny. Okay. Oh, 16-year-old grandson has 3 jobs plus going to high school. Can he handle it all? Oh, he's going to get sick. Yeah, he's going to get a cold. And he's going to have to rethink, okay, well, do you really need 3 jobs? Why is he so panicked? Well, he is a go-getter, and you got to let him do his thing. But along the way, he's going to learn his limits, and that's important too. So yeah, he's probably going to get a cold or a flu or something like that. It'll knock him down a couple pegs. Okay. So many questions. I don't know if I'm missing things from you guys that was important. I'm thinking about with Mike Barra doing, just because the economy and everybody needs, a little boost. Us personally, is what I'm saying. I might do like we'd never done it before. We'd get Rumble rants, but I might do like a donation show for readings for both of us, and it would go into our account that we split and share. So if you guys think that's a good idea and you would attend, there's not going to be an entrance fee or anything, but it would be an opportunity for people to just like throw us tips. Comment now and let me know if that was something that you would like to do. We're thinking about doing like on a Sunday night, because I usually take Friday off to handle, so things are open. I can run around, do errands, take care of things, make appointments, things like that. And I don't really want to do Friday, because by the time I get to Friday, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so brain dead. But Sunday night would be good. And if it's really successful, we could do a regular thing, not like every Sunday night, but maybe a couple times a month, something like that. It would be a longer, and it really helps me when he reads me the questions. But I think we would probably do that on his channels, on his Rumble, on Real News Live. So if you guys see that go out, there's a reason for it. Support us when we do that. All right. Well, I don't really have anything amazing to share with you guys right now, other than watch Russia. I don't feel. I'm just really not sure what happens. I think they get attacked. I'm not sure. Because it didn't feel like, oh, big bad Russia's coming. It felt like something went on and Russia's pissed. That's what it felt like. But I don't want to assume anything. Let's just wait and see what's going on with that. Today is my Friday. Catching up. I've got readings today, but I'm going to be catching up on the healings. I've been doing healings. I've got a list of emails to respond back to you with. But you're catching up on that. Today, pretty caught up on the emails. I haven't been in there today. There's probably like 100. Because I got caught up. I was like to the present day, I believe, or either yesterday. I was caught up as of the 16th. But be patient with me. For some reason, the emails have really revved up. It's not just people wanting me to schedule things or something. What is that? What's going on with the hair today? Wow. It's people just talking and asking questions and wanting help. And, I do still do a lot of my work for free because I'm not going to have somebody come to me and tell me their story and, oh my God, my child this or my child that, and they're in the hospital and everything. When you do a healing, will you help us out? And I'm like, what am I says? No. Are you kidding me? No, of course I'm going to do it. So I have to read through all of them, and it just takes me a little longer. But I will get to you. The healings too. I'm about a week to 2 weeks out with the healings now because there's so many. But I'm moving right along. Getting caught up. All right, I love you guys. I will be back on Monday. Real News Live with Mike Barra. I'm going to talk to him about the pop-up reading show for Rumble Rants or however you do it. We're really not sure how that works, but we'll figure it out. And so if we decide to do that, that's going to be like on a Sunday evening when there's nothing else to do. Okay? And that'll be fun. And we'll just all get in there together and have a good time. Oh, I should self-promote. Let's self-promote. All right, this is my website. I do have a special on right now for the medical intuitive reading. It is my strongest gift. It's the easiest thing for me to do. I talk to Jesus. I work with Jesus only on the medical stuff. And because he is the healer and he is my teacher. And so it's a scan. Take a look at the top of the head, all the way down the body, and tell you what I see. That's the most accurate thing I can do. So that is on sale right now for $20 off. You want to get in there and get that? You got to email me to schedule. You don't have to give me pictures or anything. This will be a half-an-hour phone call with me. I'll walk you through the whole thing. Okay, JenniferFallaw.com. Join me at Fallawsophy on Telegram. That's where it's at. That's where everybody is at. Mike Barra's got a channel there. I've got Fallawsophy channel there. I also have Jennifer Fallaw-Doering. And we've got Fallawsophy chat. I mean, you don't even need to go anywhere else. You just get into Fallawsophy chat and you got your news feed all day long. All these smart people are posting all this stuff. And then if you really want to have some fun, you go over to Susan Gretz has a channel. Marcy's got a channel. Divine Healings. Let's see. Lily's Lounge. If I don't know where people are in the evening, I'm like, where's everybody in my chat? They're over in Lily's Lounge being sassy. It's funny. And that's Uncle Ron's got that one. So you can join that one as well. But get on over to Telegram. It's really where everybody's at lately. Having a good time. Alrighty, people. Have a great day. Keep it positive. Choose how you want to feel right now. Stop being a leaf on the wind. Be a bird. Start to soar. Just say, you know what? I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be a victim to my emotions and the energies anymore. This is how my day's going to go. That's all there is to it. Have a great day.